I filled up another post-it book this week. So in the spirit of making better videos, I thought I'd do a sketchbook tour. This is the 6th book I've filled. And the biggest difference with this one is I started gluing my notes in instead of taping them. One of those things where I wonder, why didn't I do it sooner? It's a massive improvement in so many ways. I began collecting my post-it notes into sketchbooks back in 2006. I started using post-it notes as I was out of the habit of drawing at the time, and the notes were unintimidating enough that I felt like I could throw them away without worrying about the time I'd already put into a single drawing. After several years of a less focused daily artwork project, I started drawing a post-it note every day in 2014. Even with drawing at least one note a day, it still takes me about 2 years to fill up one of these sketchbooks. So let's get looking at what's inside this one. I'm my own worst critic about my terrible artwork, but right on the first spread there are several drawings I surprisingly really like. I love watching animals sniffing around, wondering what information they're absorbing through their noses. I guess this was my last post-it sketch from Alley Cat Rally. This became part of the end paper artwork. Some of my post-it notes are animated, like this one about a dog looking hopefully at a cash machine. This note was the first draft of our Christmas card design from a couple of years ago. I made a nice video about the making of this one. I love making fun of NBA lawyer James Harden. This is a pretty classic spread. There's a bit of everything here. Good drawings of bad ideas, bad drawings of good observations, and even wordplay. I wish every week of daily drawings was this productive. This is a great drawing too. This odd couple of the robot and the cat working together comes up a lot in my imagination. Geese are another favourite of mine. Until my recent move, I used to be surrounded by them and their terrible noise. So they tend to come up a lot in my daily drawings. Going back through these post-it books makes me think that I'm better at ideas than I am at drawing. I do feel like my post-it books are full of ideas, like this lowball summer sequel to Alley Cat Rally. This sketch became the shop window I painted to promote Alley Cat Rally. And here's what started Mitekiss's most recent album campaign on Hospital. This became the lead single, and I built on the ideas for the album, which became Bolivian Hotel Bistro. This is another satisfying little note. After this post-it sketch, I illustrated it up properly. Then Adobe Toby brought it to life, which is always magical. It's used for video bumpers on Hospital Records membership service now. Oh look, more geese. This note became the portrait I painted of my dog, which I also did a nice video about. I don't know if anyone else agrees, but I think this is another great drawing and a great pun. This is another post-it note that was drawn for a video. This was part of the story of my grandparents' garage door. This is another perfect post-it note. Kind of makes fun of the electronic music world that I get most of my record cover work from. I love watching curling at the Winter Olympics. I may have moved away from the geese now, but the geese haven't moved away from my post-it notes yet. And suddenly we're already at the end of this book, pondering all the foibles of my house move. It's crazy to think that I started filling this book almost 2 years ago. Time starts moving alarmingly fast when you become an adult. It's good to get another book filled up though. There are loads of great mini ideas in here, which I'm sure I could turn into more stories, if I can muster the confidence. Thanks for taking the time to look around this latest sketchbook of mine. As I mentioned at the start, I post one of these every day on my social media, so you can follow along if you're interested. Instagram or Twitter are probably the best place to catch them. Thanks for watching this video.